I think we're all pretty amazed and still in shock. I wasn't quite sure what this new show was about until just hearing it now, and I'm hearing your puncher coming through. There's a lot of anger out there. That's for sure happening. I'll just tell you what our responses were. We're a 50-year-old Maui boat company. We're woven in the fabric of our community here. My grandparents fell dead on this island, and we've just always held our community in high standards. Our home base is in Lahaina. We lost 2 generational houses in the fire as well. We displaced my sister, and so we've suffered some of that loss, but thank God none of our staff, none of our family perished. We're just so thankful for all the blessings they gave us. But that first night when we hear that this was happening, the Coast Guard actually had to call out for help to one of our captains. They says if there's any boats that are available to assist. They got to keep in mind, it's blowing 80-mile-an-hour winds out there. It's terrifying to get the boats even moving them. They're all tucked in for the night. So we decided, let's mobilize, got about 6 or 7 staff and the Coast Guard representative on the boat, and we headed out to Lahaina. About 2 miles from the shore, we could feel the heat coming off the land, and I'm never going to forget it. It was like going into Dante's Inferno. We got there around midnight, and yes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, you mentioned the Coast Guard. My sister was one of the first to ask me. She says, my gosh, where's the Coast Guard to help these people that are floating in the water? And this is the spirit of Americans, man. You springing into action, the people that work for your company, when your homes are burning down and you're helping others. God bless you, Riley. And I can only imagine the fear in your mind headed towards the shore as you can feel the heat getting hotter as you're getting closer and closer.
Sure. We have a really awesome little Coast Guard station here on Maui. We're not Oahu. We're not the main central island. So we only have 2 small boats. In fact, they're right here next to me. And they were out there early. They were rescuing people. But since there's such a small boat, they couldn't make the long trip back to this safe harbor. So that's when they told us, would you be this a place where we can bring survivors to? And that was a good little coordination. So I do got to say that working with our Coast Guard in that first night, it was pretty awesome. They were asking for help and we were responding. Now, we were there waiting. We had some small young children. One of my staff swam into the shore with swimming gear. We sent a bunch of flotation. We're a snorkel boat company. We're used to taking people snorkeling, and here we are trying to think how we can get people from shore out to our boat. But the Coast Guard was there doing everything they could. It took the next day until the big cutters came in from Oahu. But that night, the small Coast Guard response team was there.